back. I hope you're still having a good day. It's the second rain tree I'm going to work on today. Not really sure what order I'm going to post the videos in. But I pruned my cascade earlier. Today I'm going to prune and repot this guy. The only reason I'm pruning it is just to give the new repot less to take care of for a minute or whatever. I did talk about directional pruning quite a bit in the other video, so I'm just going to kind of do it here without really talking about it all that much, but I am trying to get it to where all the branches then come out, make a tree instead of going back in and making a bush and making a big tangly mess. Actually, it's what happens when everything grows kind of back in on itself. And then this one I must have cut recently, but I am gonna go ahead and just kind of shorten that up just a little bit. There's this little one right here. I'm just gonna leave that be. That'll just kind of maybe that'll be the first bit of momentum that just kind of takes off after I repot it. But it's just a little bit there. It shouldn't hurt anything. And then this one here was always kind of odd. I've actually seen this at a couple nurseries, but I've never had it happen here yet. It's two branches. Two branches came out of right at the exact same spot. So I'm gonna eliminate one of them altogether. And then just prune the other one down just a bit. And that should be about the right size there. I had that cascade in for longer than this one, and this one's already looking unhappier about being inside than the cascade was. But I actually pulled this out earlier today, and this is one of these things. I pulled that cascade out, and it barely had any roots showing, and this one's got roots all the way down to the bottom. They're even in the shape of the pot there. So I'm gonna try to get it untangled a bit. And in one of the forums I belonged to once, actually, they said that they ordered a rain tree, and they said it came in the pot, and all it was a big spaghetti thing of roots. And basically, I mean, that's the way they grow. It's just a big spaghetti thing full of roots. But it really is amazing how they just find the bottom of the pot. And they don't like to grow out much at all. That's why I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this in one of those rectangular training pots. But that's the cascade that I got was the original tree that this one came from. This cutting came from that cascade. And it's amazing that that one being the mother plant that is at least 6 months older than this plant, because that's when I bought it. I first noticed this cutting having some growth in it was May of 2020, and that was, so I kind of consider that its birthday or whatever. But let's just go ahead and eliminate the bottom mat there, and then when I repotted it, this is now going to be the third time I've repotted this, and each time it's had the big ball of roots at the bottom. It's got one good offshoot there, creating decent nabari. But when I originally took it, I did take the cutting in potting soil. But I was hoping to get rid of a bunch of the potting soil. And try to spread the roots out a little bit before I put it in this rectangular pot and try to get a bit of root spread on it. And let's see what I got here. All of that. I really would like to untangle and spread some of that out instead of just cutting it all off. order to do that, I do believe I'm going to need my trusty garden hose to wash that topsoil out of there. And I don't want to just, I mean, I could repot it in terms of time really quick and just cut all those off and pot it in this new pot. I want to try to get rid of some of that black soil and keep as many of these, well, not the super long ones, but keep some of the length on there to kind of create a little bit of an outward root spread instead of just a downward root spread. So I'm gonna go wash it off. And so there we go. Wasn't really able to get all that black, I keep saying topsoil, I mean potting soil, out of there, but I got most of it out. Now you can see, like, this has a decent flare coming off there, and then that root hit the edge of the pot, went straight down. I keep trying to get it to, like that when I plant it, but I'm just gonna, it won't stay in place. I don't wanna break it. So I'm just gonna have to kind of, as I put it in the new soil, just try to lay it out flat. And it should develop a good nabari quite nicely, actually. This pot is a little bit wider than the one it was in, a little bit more shallow. And this time it'll be in pure bonsai substrate, so it should do a little bit better. I mean, no reason why I wouldn't. I think I got enough of a root ball in this one to tie in. So I got some tie downs here. Get some soil on the bottom. Probably a little bit more than that. And like I said, try to get some of these longer roots as spread out as possible on the way in. Actually, that one's going to be a little bit too long. And this is a training pot, and I don't really have I was actually just trying to think of what I kind of wanted to be presented as the front or whatever, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Yeah, too bad it's not even wider than that. But this will work for a bit. Tie that one. That way. But See, it does have a decent root flare. And now that it's in this slightly wider pot, should work out a lot better. One of the reasons I don't like the skinny wire like that is I don't want it to cut in. It's right there on that piece of root flare or whatever. But as soon as this thing, I mean, within a month or so, this thing will be back out like that again. As soon as I see that, I'll probably go ahead and cut the wire off. That thing seems to put out plenty of roots. Biggest problem I actually had in that other pot is it kept blowing over every time it got tall enough. All kinds of bricks and cinder blocks lined around it. I don't have it sitting out on the ground here in Florida because nematodes are susceptible to it. It is susceptible to nematodes. If you set the pot right on the ground, the nematodes will just get right up in through the bottom or whatever. Most of the plants, I have like a big gumbo limbo tree out there that blows over all the time. And I kind of actually took care of that by burying the pot a little bit. I'm going to repot that next spring. That actually should be really interesting. But at first I was thinking the design I was going for on that one wasn't possible because it kept blowing over, but then I finally was able to bury it. Point being, with these guys you can't, so I got to have it up off the ground someplace, and then also someplace where it'll stop blowing over. Now it's in this wider pot, that should help it quite a bit. I might even just go ahead and just like let it go right on through until, like late January or something like that, and then just tack it off, kind of depending on how quick it goes. It's a lot thicker now than it was last time. I actually let the cutting go. It started growing in May, and I didn't prune it at all until December. And the thing was almost as tall as I am. It was about 5 foot tall. And I finally wound up having to cut it down just simply because it kept blowing over all the time. And, it doesn't, they don't grow that much here in the winter. But the wind does blow all the time in December and January. So I just cut it off. And then in the spring, it obviously started growing again. That was probably the first chop and the first chop there. And since then, I've been pruning it quite a bit. Got a little bit of back budding and some lower branches and stuff. We'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good day.